Are these special Dynasty Tomb Kings any good in patch 6.3.1? They're not just good, they're awesome! Really awesome. I was definitely not going to use a trademarked line from a commercial, not at all. Recruited by slogging through the tech tree research and paying Canopic Jar fees, the vast majority of what all mention is reflected in the main Tomb King lore video I will link to now. So this is going to be about the differences therein, and for that, let's take a quick look at a leveling up screen. See here? Good old Setep has been good to me, so I'm going to pick for him his one of 4 divine blessings to take, which locks him out of... Wait, what's this? He's not locked! Does this mean he can pick all 4 blessings? Actually, I feigned surprise to an extent. However, I didn't dare make this video until I was absolutely sure, with video evidence, it was still this way in 6.3.1 going forward to Tides of Torment era. This interaction alone gives you a very, very good reason to catch them all. Just Betra the Great Father means +2 Tomb Prince recruit rank every time, and if it's just 3 extra pips and nothing lost to you on an immortal lord, good grief, these are good lords to have. And extra casualty replenishment, recruitment slots, caskets of soul synergy, oh yes! So now we get to the specifics of the individuals. Walk-off of the First Dynasty. Since someone asked, and don't think for a second I think this was a bad question, the bad question is the one that no one asked. The curse applies to the special lords alone. They didn't really need to list it. It doesn't spread to the units in the armies, just the lords. Anyway, he gets that. Ambush success chance plus 20% means he's a campaign-long threat to do big ambush victories on your foes. Range plus 10% for his entire army, assuming the units have ranged weapons to begin with, and that's nice, in all seriousness. Plus 8 to melee attack for the army when fighting in the desert. So I love having this guy with Cetra, but any kind of home territory defense is good too. Charge bonus plus 25 for Walkoff himself, so he's a real bruiser on Chariot and War Kitty, and Stalk for himself. And since, say, Banner of the Hidden Dead is only for units, it's hard to get a lord with Stalk aside from him. Point is, he himself becomes a completely legit menace. His army goes from good range always to really strong in the desert in melee, so you want him crossing swords with some of the worst menaces. Rakash of the Second Dynasty brings control plus 1 to every province faction-wide, ward save plus 5% for his own army, plus 10% to income from all buildings faction-wide, and the fact it doesn't distinguish is a big deal, letting you do not just the markets, but settlement buildings too, a major source of gold. Leadership aura effect plus 5 over normal, so with the first red line pip that's plus 13 total, and plus 50% aura size, so he's good at leading the rabble. Thutep of the Third Dynasty, one that's not often prioritized early, is so useful in one sense it almost physically hurts. Now, at any rate, he personally increases War Sphinx capacity by plus 1, gives armor plus 15 for his own army, the sort of trick you usually need to be a Dragon Lord to do, trade resources plus 25% faction-wide, meaning a little more income from trade since Tomb Kings don't increase those resources all that well. Armor plus 10 on top of the previous boost for War Sphinx and Necro Sphinx units in his army, and minus 50% to construction time for all buildings in the local province, not even region, but province. If you are struggling to get an important province up to tier 4 and 5 status, and the buildings up to snuff, this is your man. It is that gigantic a boost. Necrotex can help, yes, but not this much, and a little boost might help turn a 7-turn time into a 3-turn construction time. Not kidding, I did that back in the old days, and it was awesome. And I kicked myself for forgetting he's that good. Lamizash of the Fourth Dynasty is the Ushabti guy in my book. Yes, even though the big boosts are in the 6th Dynasty, he's still the Doomstacker-in-Chief for Ushabti. He personally gives melee Ushabti capacity plus 2, has the Restore and Stone Shaper Necrotect abilities for himself, meaning he can heal constructs and gives them armor and missile resistance in the mosh pit with them. Gives Ushabti units melee attack plus 8 in his army regardless of whether great bows or not, and missile strength plus 10% for Ushabti great bows. That's great and wonderful, just remember you need 6th Dynasty too. But that isn't minus 50 research as of this patch, so yay. Setup of the 5th Dynasty gives Lich Priests recruit rank +5 faction-wide, and when you can print out Elixir of Immortality rank 12 and up priests eventually, that's quite something. Also, Corruption -5 in local province, Global Mortuary Cult costs -5%, Spell Resistance 35% for Setup's own army, so it's like you made all your skeletons shorter. And finally, Winds of Magic Reserves, +15 for all armies, so it's like a global Book of Ashur, or at least most of one. Alhazar of the 6th Dynasty, in spite of being with the Dynasty boosting Ushabti and War Sphinxes and so on, is a shameless Chariot fanboy, boosting capacity for both types of Chariot units +2, Speed +15% for his own army, Weapon Strength +20% for Chariots in his own army, and Missile Strength +20% for Archer Chariots in his own army. And not for regulars since they don't have bows, of course. Since you can take all 4 blessings along with lots of other good stuff, you can't really go wrong with these guys. Adjust your tactics to take advantage of what you can, sure, but it's not like Tomb Scorpions or Hyro Titans got less awesome. They just need their proper situations. The Special Lords provide some flavor, battle boosts, and overall just plain help the faction by existing. In current patch, you can expand army capacity just enough to be able to fully enjoy them, and a smattering of regular Tomb Kings to work things out. Take care, and have lots of fun expanding the desert empires far past the deserts themselves.